Hey, what's up, y'all? I just was listening to a song. I wanted to come on here and holler at y'all. I was listening to a song a little while ago. Old school song by Barry White. So it made me think about a lot of stuff with it. So what I'm going to speak on real quick is practice what you preach. And I know a lot of the older heads heard that song before. You keep telling me this, telling me that. You know, since I was with you, I never go back. I'm probably saying it wrong. Here's a lesson that you ought to teach. Here I am, baby. Practice what you preach. Something along the lines of that. I'm saying that to say, bringing that up about practicing what you preach, is a lot of people get deterred away from things that can actually help them, provide some type of healing for them, provide some type of burden release when it's coming from somebody else, when it's organic, when it's real. However, it's a lot of situations that deter people when it's fake. So the organic, my apologies, the organic piece of it is what's going to help them. When it's not organic, when it's not real, when it's not truth, it pushes them away from whatever it may be. From my own experience, if I had to go into it about one of the biggest things that I've seen over the years would be the people who actually speak on what they living, like talking what they living in their truth. Those people have an effective connection with a lot of people going to them, calling them, and wanting to speak with them in reference to things that they may have going on, because they see and they know that when this person is whether it be explaining something to you from a situation you want more information about, or if a person wants to get to that next level on certain things they embarking on, they go to these people because they know, they have a knowing based upon the actions that these people follow in their own life that gives them the positive results that another person will be looking for. So, personally speaking, when I was younger, my pop's no longer here. Most High bless his soul. But my connection with my pops was he practiced what he preached. So if we sat down and had a conversation and, certain things that I probably was going through, and I'm like, just wanted to get insight from him because I see how he was living. So when it came to, for example, taking care of your family, being committed to making sure your family is good, taking care of your children, and holding down the fort as a man, the conversations we would have would be like, it could be something as, well, I'm going through what I'm going through with my oldest son mother or my youngest son mother or whatever it might be. And I want insight to know, am I making the wrong move? Did I say the wrong thing? Like, did I go about it the wrong way? And the insight that you will want would be something along the lines of putting you in the right direction. So when you put in the right direction, because you know this person is genuinely going to give you truth, they're not going to tell you things based upon your liking or emotionally, because they're connected to you emotionally. They're going to base it off how you might feel. They're going to give you the truth of how they live. Now, fast forward. A lot of people out here that I came across, throughout the years, they could talk a good game. And, you can connect with them on a whole vibrational level, like really be feeling what they saying. And it could be like, yo, they talking some good shit. However, the negative piece that enters in your mind and makes you say, nah, is when you see that they're not standing on what they said, or they not taking the advice that they putting out to people for themselves. They doing the total opposite of what they saying. That causes a major issue for the person who's actually might be looking up to them or looking to them for some type of insight to get through whatever it is they may be going through. So, practice what you preach. When you're a person who wants to help people, help humanity, however you want to put it, a lot of people going to come your way. A lot of people want your advice. A lot of people want to connect with you for answers. First and foremost, because they respect you on a level of seeing that you living the thing that you speaking on. That's the most effective way. Is align. Your life is aligned with who you say you are and who you're being and who you're becoming. So just speaking on myself, because like I always tell y'all, I'm going to give different perspectives of things that was brought to me, not calling out names, but things that was brought to me and things that I see, and from those viewpoints. But mine specifically is a lot of people come to me for advice about certain things that they seen that I've went through, that in so many words probably should have broke me. But all praises to the Most High. Thanks and appreciation to my angels and my ancestors that I was able to overcome, make it through. And a lot of situations that did not break me made me stronger, to the point where if you knew me then and you haven't been around me now, you will see the difference, major difference. But you will understand the cloth that I've been cut from. That I always had integrity. Always. Gotta live by integrity. Especially as you begin to get older and wiser and you realize that your ways and your views of life is not dependent upon what everybody else feel it should be for you. I'm saying that because I'm in deep thought while I'm saying it, but I'm saying that to say a lot of different situations of me growing up, I used to look at, like, because of the titles, I would be put in a situation where I felt like I was tested to go against my morals and my standards because of titles. So, you got aunts, uncles, cousins, siblings, so forth, so on, that they're older and they telling you, no, you got to do this or you got to do that or whatever. Or the respect level of being taught to respect your elders. And it's like, of course, whatever they say, quote unquote, goes. It's when you're young and you're naive and you don't understand the difference between accountability for the role that you're playing and just saying things to make yourself look good because you have a certain authority. So a lot of people always hide behind those titles. So they're not going to practice what they preach. They're going to get you to have an outlook in your mind that you're not supposed to do X, Y, Z, even though behind the scenes, that's what they're doing. When you come to that discovery of knowing that, when you discover that that's what's taking place, a young, undeveloped mind will be in a state of confusion. It will be like, wow, you told me this, but I see you doing that. So now it's like, what is supposed to be the right way? Or what is the wrong way? Or is it wrong or is it right? Or is it right that you're doing it because you're older and it'll be wrong for me to do it because I'm younger? All these different things that go through your head when you're young. And like I said, if it resonate, cool. If it don't, cool. But this for the people who understand where I'm going with it about practicing what you preach. So we all have been victims, I would say victims, towards people who fit that description of saying one thing and doing another, and we discovering it down the line. Once you become wise enough, mature enough, old enough, however you want to view it, to be able to make your own decisions, to be able to stand in your power and taking control of your life, that's when everything begins on. From that point on, you held to your own accountability of what your actions are. So you can either traditionally follow that zone and do what you saw that you knew wasn't right, or you change the game. So for me, I decided to change the game. Practice what I preach. So I can't tell people who come to me, because it's not like I'm just going out there telling people, you need to do this, you need to do... Nah, I don't do that. That's not what I'm into at all. However, if someone comes to me based upon them seeing how I move, how I live, so forth, so on, and want to get some type of insight from me or advice or even instructions on how I went about certain things they see me go through, I'm going to give them complete truth because I'm practicing it. So when I speak on certain things with spirituality, when I speak on certain things with health-wise and fasting, when I speak on things with staying away from toxic people, when I speak on things of staying away from people, places, and things that's not aligned with my highest self, when I speak on meditation and going within and becoming one with yourself and living in love, peace, and light, and spreading positivity as much as you can and all these different things, etc. It's specifically because I live it. I'm practicing what I'm preaching. Otherwise, what would be the point? What would be the point? People speak on reputation. People speak on having a certain status. To me, I just say actions speak louder than words. The way you act is what you attract. So it's the same way when it comes to any type of relationship, family ship, situationship, so forth, so on. Whatever you want attracted to you, whatever you expect, you have to be that. So if I want people to treat me better, I have to treat myself better. If I want people to respect me on a higher level, I got to respect myself on a higher level. If I want people to connect with me and, like really beat down with me, we're having high vibrational conversations and not entertaining petty stuff that ain't gonna get us nowhere, then I have to treat myself that way. I have to carry myself like that. Can't just talk it because it sounds good. Gotta actually live it, because that's where it's going to be effective. Especially for the people who have children, like myself. As a father, I know my children, they watch everything I do. Even when I'm thinking they not watching, they watching, because they'll say certain things. So with that being said, if you raising children, for the people who do have children, and you want your kids to grow to become a certain way, and not even a certain way, but to have a certain structure in them, you have to practice what you preach. Yes, you may be the adult, you may be the grown-up, but you still have to practice what you preach. Nowadays, a lot of older heads, a lot of parents, like will try to, it's like they try to have an excuse for their behavior when they know their behavior is not aligned with what their teachings are. And there's really no excuse. Just because you older, just because you're the parent, don't mean you tell your kid, oh, no, you don't need to eat no cake, cookies, and all this stuff. I'm keeping it simple. You don't need to eat no cake, cookies, and stuff, because that could cause you to have become a diabetic down the line, and this, that, and the third. But I'm going to eat a cookie or two because I know how much I need to eat or not to eat, and I'm older, and it's BS. In my opinion, it's BS. And I've been there. I've done that before. That's how I know. Practicing what you preach. The best way to help the next one on that level is after you experience it. And after you experience it, whether good, whether not good, be truthful about your experience. Don't cut corners on because you went through something and it was drastic, and thank the Most High you overcame it, but now you have this fear for your child or your loved one that wants the information, that looks at going at it the same way, and instead of just giving them the complete truth, you downplay it because you don't want them to go through it. So that means the fear that you had going in, that even though you overcame it, you trying to put on them. And that's where a lot of people go wrong. So stick to the script. Practice what you preach. people gonna respect it more. You know the saying, some things don't have to be, things that's understood don't have to be explained. And sometimes you don't gotta speak on the things that you already know. Meaning, they can watch from a distance and see like, yo, this person is doing what they do. And I respect that. Like, it was people in my life, and you know, like, as far as like uncles, aunts, or whatever, however you want to put it, but it was people in my life during this time, a couple years back, where I watch, observe, report back to myself, and I see the ones who stick to the script, who actually was living what they was talking about. So those was the ones that was effective with the children, and the ones who weren't, children didn't have that much respect for them. Because it's like, how you gonna tell me to do X, Y, Z and you ain't do it for yourself? How you gonna tell me, yo, you could be better, you just gotta go hard, you gotta do this, go do that, but you're not doing it for you? Nobody's gonna respect it. That don't mean because you don't have the finer things, or you don't have, in the current time, X amount of money and all of that, because that's not what, in my opinion, life is not based upon that. The amount of money you have don't determine who you are. To me, it's your morals, it's your standards, it's your characteristics, it's your, I would normally say your belief system, but you know, I always say I don't knock nobody's hustle, nobody's belief, to each his own. Whatever you believe in is what you believe in. But the problem in it is, when you believe in something from what you say through your mouth, but you don't practice it. So it still go back to practice what you preach. When we speak on religious situations, like, even when I was younger, you know, certain people in my family where we would have debates during the time when I was in the religious mood. We would have debates about what they call a good book, the Bible. And it would be things in there that people would be quoting like hard to let you know that they got knowledge, but they wouldn't live it. And I'm going to utilize in this conversation one thing in particular. When people tell you, if you going to pray, don't worry. And if you going to worry, don't pray. But yet the same people who speak that, as soon as something come up, whether it be about bills, whether it be about going to the doctor and the doctor tell them something, and they worry. So you know me being me, who I am, because I'm gonna live in my truth. It's like, oh, what's wrong? Why you worried? This is your belief. You said you believe in X, Y, Z. What you worried for? And these are the different things that I have people mindset like, oh, didn't you say this? Didn't you say that? Like, what's going on? Now that it's actually happening, this ain't that. So that's why I say actions speak louder than words. Practice what you preach. A lot of people are watching you even when you don't know they watching you. And there's either one or two things gonna happen. They're gonna respect you for who you are before you even open your mouth, because of your actions, because you practicing the thing that you're gonna preach, or that the things that you have preached, they see you practice it. That's a part of your life. That's your lifestyle, rather than only want to speak a word when it's necessary or when it's convenient. That's where my motto comes in, where I always say talk is cheap. Gotta be an expensive person. So I'm not gonna babble on too long. I just wanted to come on here, you know, for people out there who have these thoughts in their head when they're around these people who don't practice what they preach, or if they had any type of confusion in their mind of trying to figure out if they should listen to a person who's just talking and not actually doing the work. Oh, I just want to throw that out there, because you're going to always hear me say those things. Do the work, go within, connect with yourself, connect with the Most High, so forth, so on. So, like I said, I'm not pushing anybody to believe in what I believe in. Like, I'm spiritually connected with my beliefs. Like, to each his own. But I will say, whatever it is you out there speaking on or trying to connect with people and get them to go a certain route or to understand what you're saying, the best solution to it is live it. Actions speak louder than words. Practice what you preach. Make it a lifestyle. And a lot more people will be open to really connect. So that's all I wanted to say. Like I always say, y'all stay up. Love y'all. Keep doing what y'all doing. Spreading love, spreading peace, spreading positivity to the masses. And let's keep running it up to become high vibrational. 1.